So it looked like Bria Hartley is going into hiding. And it looked like Bria Hartley is running after news broke about Sophie Cunningham being out for the season.
It was a single moment that felt like it shattered an entire season. Sophie Cunningham on the floor, clutching her knee in agonizing pain. While across the court, Bria Hartley walked away with what thousands saw as a chilling, unmistakable smirk.
Is going viral with Bria Hartley with the sinister grin, right? This malevolent look that's on her face right now, clearly smiling after injuring Sophie Cunningham.
The diagnosis confirmed everyone's worst fears, a torn MCL. Sophie was done for the year, but as her family begged the league to finally protect its players, the woman at the center of the storm seemed to be enjoying the chaos instead of showing a shred of remorse. That reaction alone sent shockwaves through the WNBA, but what happened next would expose a much darker pattern and ignite a firestorm of controversy that the league may not be able to contain. Was this a deliberate, dirty play? And is Bria Hartley now scrambling to clean up her mess as rumors of a major suspension begin to surface? The truth is more complicated than anyone imagined. This single picture absolutely exploded across social media, a frozen moment in time that would come to define the entire controversy.
It's the play that just occurred.
That's like she tries to slide over right there, and Hartley just kind of falls and makes collision with that lower leg. You see her immediately grab it. And she went down hard and was clearly in a lot of pain.
Bria Hartley, caught in a seemingly sinister grin, a malevolent look on her face just seconds after Sophie Cunningham had hit the floor, screaming in pain. The moment that kept resurfacing wasn't the collision itself, it was the haunting expression cameras caught immediately after. As trainers rushed to help Sophie, a replay angle showed Hartley looking back with what the entire internet would describe as a vicious grin. That one freeze frame circulated on a non-stop loop, becoming the undeniable centerpiece of the outrage.
Oh, and Cunningham is down. My goodness. Should be. You know, a scary moment as we went to commercial. Sophie Cunningham hit the floor hard, and she is being helped off the floor, heading back to the locker.
Fans weren't just analyzing the play anymore. They were dissecting that expression, pausing it, replaying it, and insisting it revealed everything about her true intent. It was a look that would launch 1,000 theories and set the stage for a war of words. But to understand the full weight of that smirk, we have to rewind to the play itself. The game was tight, both teams trading baskets in a tense back-and-forth battle. Then chaos erupted. Hartley barreled into the lane at an awkward angle, crashing directly into Sophie's planted leg. The sound was sickening. Cunningham collapsed instantly, clutching her knee, the arena falling into a stunned silence. The broadcasters were horrified, calling it a scary moment as she had to be helped off the court and straight to the locker room. On the surface, it could have been dismissed as an unfortunate, chaotic basketball play. But context is everything, and Bria Hartley already had a reputation that made fans question everything.
Atkins, 7 to shoot. Cardoso rolls, catch. Cardoso over the top, can't get it. Reese fights for the rebound, and a foul, and this time gets a little chippy, and a shove on Nelson Adota. And listen, this arena typically will see some ring.
In recent seasons, she'd been ejected for physical run-ins. And most infamously, she was the center of a heated incident with Angel Reese that involved a hair pull, a move that many felt crossed a serious line. When that smirk appeared on camera, these past altercations weren't just forgotten, they became Exhibit A in the public's case against her. People felt they were seeing a confirmed pattern of behavior, a history of dirty plays culminating in this season-ending injury. The outrage reached a fever pitch not from analysts, but from the people who knew Sophie best. Her family, watching their loved one get carried off the court, felt they had no choice but to speak out, and their reaction was absolutely blistering.
Maybe you should focus her sister. Maybe you should focus less on fining players for commenting on your poor officiating and more about hiring officials that are capable to call a consistent game and protect your athletes. Pathetic. Praying for you. The only good thing positive surrounding Sophie Cunningham coming out of this game, she looked in good spirits in the locker room.
The most visible voice was her sister, Lindsay, who took to social media with a message that resonated with thousands. She called out the league directly, writing, "Maybe you should focus less on finding players for commenting on your poor officiating and more about hiring officials that are able to call a consistent game and protect your athletes." Pathetic. This was more than just family emotion. It was a direct shot at the WNBA's upside-down priorities. This sting was amplified by the fact that Sophie herself had been fined multiple times earlier in the very same season for daring to criticize the officiating on her own podcast. The league was quick to punish players who were speaking up, but seemingly slow to protect them from dangerous contact.
Bria Hartley deserves zero benefit of the doubt. And Sophie Cunningham's family not too happy. I believe this is Mama C. Hartley is a disgruntled player having trouble everywhere she goes. She's playing mean and plays out of control. Looked out of control to me.
Their mother, Paula, added fuel to the fire with a blunt message of her own, calling Hartley a disgruntled player who was playing mean and played out of control. Though the post was later deleted, its message was already screenshotted and spreading like wildfire, giving the criticism a powerful weight that anonymous commenters simply couldn't. This incident became the flashpoint for a frustration that players, coaches, and fans have been feeling all season long, a pervasive sense that the league's officiating was inconsistent and failing at its most basic job, player safety. Critics weren't just angry about the collision itself, but also the delayed response from the referees to stop the play once it was clear Sophie was seriously hurt. This night became another brutal data point in a long-running conversation about inconsistent standards from game to game, a lack of reliable protection that left stars vulnerable to unnecessary risks.
Indiana Fever fans wake up pissed off today. Pissed off. Not only are we getting assaulted, but they're smiling about it. This is the 6th time they've smiled, laughed, and cheered on our Indiana Fever players getting assaulted, getting injured, and it pisses.
The Cunningham family's outrage perfectly captured this simmering anger, asking a hard question: why was the responsibility to demand safety falling on the families of injured players instead of the officials holding the whistles or the league office enforcing the rules? This single moment forced everyone to look at a much bigger, much uglier problem. But amid the anger and the controversy, something incredible was happening on the court. With Sophie ruled out and another star unavailable, the Indiana Fever looked completely overmatched on paper. The halftime stats were brutal, a 21-point deficit that felt more like a mountain than a margin. The energy was deflated, and for many teams, this would have been the point of surrender. Broadcasters were already framing the rest of the night around mere survival, not any hope of victory. But inside that locker room, a different conversation was happening. This wasn't about the scoreboard anymore. It was about identity. It was about proving to themselves and everyone watching that they were more than the sum of their circumstances. The team closed ranks, shutting out the noise and the doubt.
I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you too. I'm so proud of you guys. I know that sometimes it sounds like just a word when we talk about being resilient, but it's not, man. It's how we live. Yep. It's how y'all live, and it's a tribute to you. It's a tribute to your connectedness, your togetherness, your toughness, your mindset. You never give up gritty attitudes. Like, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And
they made crucial adjustments, focusing on defensive stops and valuing every single possession. And they decided to fight back not with flash, but with a breathtaking display of pure, unadulterated grit. They chose to play for their injured teammate, led by an unbelievable career-high 38-point explosion from Kelsey Mitchell, who scored a stunning 34 of those points in the second half alone.
An assassin, Kelsey Mitchell, has a new career high. Backdoor Mitchell, ouncing in the paint for 2. Kelsey Mitchell, the big is matched up. Mitchell squeezing through for 2 and the foul. Fouls on the other end. It's Mitchell launching it.
The Fever began a methodical, stunning comeback. It was a performance of the ages, each basket chipping away at the lead and injecting a new life into the team and the home crowd. But this was far from a one-woman show. Odyssey Sims provided veteran calm and leadership, controlling the tempo and cutting down on costly turnovers.
Mabry knifes off the screen. Charles is doubled.
And Indiana looks like they're in a zone right now.
Kick out and stolen by Mitchell. Explodes 2-on-1. Sims elevates for 2 and a foul.
Bug with their point guards. This is where you have Odyssey Sims coming in. Kelsey Mitchell making a great heads-up play here, but Odyssey Sims has done a great job early on coming in.
Aaliyah Boston dominated the paint with a powerful double-double, securing crucial rebounds and protecting the rim. The entire team's energy transformed from desperate to determined. The crowd, sensing the shift, became electrified. Rising with every basket, every defensive stop, they chipped away, possession by possession, minute by minute, until the impossible began to feel inevitable.
Boston backs down Hartley. Aaliyah Boston, excellent post position. Picks up the dribble. Shot clock winding down to 7. Mabry, lob pass. Charles catches. No foul call. That's a huge no call. Looks for cutters. Charles the defense. Back on to Boston. Tina Charles. Backdoor Mitchell pouncing in the paint for 2. 30 points for Mitchell. That's the 4th on Charles.
Can't get caught ball watching right there. Great recognition by Boston as Mitchell makes that.
When the final buzzer sounded on a 99-93 victory, the Indiana Fever had not only won, they had secured the largest comeback victory in their franchise's history. It was a powerful testament to resilience, a message to the entire league that no matter who was on the floor, they would never, ever be counted out.
Shot clock down to 6 for the Fever. Turner, up fade. Turner kicks it. Hole three-pointer. Bottom!
Indiana.
While the Fever were celebrating their historic win, the online world was laser-focused on Bria Hartley's next move, and was a move that sent rumor mills into absolute overdrive. Shortly after the viral clip of her smirk spread everywhere, sharp-eyed fans began to notice something strange and telling. Hartley's social media accounts, usually a platform for player engagement, were either made completely private or deleted from public view altogether. 4 fans and commentators already convinced of her guilt. This wasn't just a coincidence, it was a clear sign of someone trying to hide, to retreat from the blinding spotlight of public scrutiny.
So, about an hour ago, he said to all of those defending Bria Hartley, look at what she liked on Instagram. Emo, she's the dirtiest player in the league and should be kicked out. Most recently, Sophie Cunningham has been hurt with the knee tear and is out for the season. Look at this. Look at this. Now, Bria is the definition of consistency. Now, this is her liking this. This is her liking this post. Y'all see that? Breezy, 1414, and others. Bria is the definition. She's liking this post. Look at this. Death taxes and Bria Hartley always being at the scene of the crime. Now, that's her choke slamming angel.
The digital silence was deafening. Speculation exploded across platforms. Was she about to quit? Was this a silent admission of guilt, a way to avoid the flood of angry comments? Or was something much bigger and more official happening behind the scenes? Prominent voices in the basketball community began circulating serious rumors of a pending league investigation. The talk wasn't just about this single incident anymore. It was about her entire history of physical on-court play being put under a microscope. Whispers of potential multi-game suspension began to loom on the horizon, a punishment that would signify the league taking a firm stand on players' safety and accountability.
Making all kind of excuses to say that Bria Hartley is not a dirty player. Let me tell y'all something, man. Come on in here. Come on in here, man. Let me tell y'all something. If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, eats like a duck, it's a duck, man. Come on, man. She is the dirtiest player in the WNBA right now, winning the trophy. All right? Winning the trophy for it. Don't sit here and try to tell me Bria Hartley is not a dirty player.
Her decision to vanish from the public eye felt, to many, like a confession without words. It was interpreted as a calculated act of a player who knew she was in serious professional trouble and was now attempting to control the narrative and minimize the fallout before an official announcement. This digital retreat became the strongest piece of evidence for those believing severe consequences were imminent. But just when the narrative seemed settled, a massive twist emerged, and it came from the one person everyone least expected to redefine the story, Sophie Cunningham herself. Injured and out for the season, she refused to fade quietly into background or become a passive victim in this drama. Instead, she powerfully took control of the story with a defiant, now legendary post on social media.
Know Bria, and I'm actually really good friends with Bria, and I had been waiting to get on the pod and so we could talk about this because I did want to tweet it out, but I don't think that there was no ill intent. I think it was basketball play. I was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. She fell. Like, there's no way that she would go in there and potentially try to hurt me. And so I had nothing but love for Bria. And I even like told my mom, because she tweeted something. I was like, no, Mom, like, I get it, but like, I promise you that, like, I was like, Bria and I are super cool, and like, she would never try to hurt me, because there are some girls that I think might, but she wouldn't do that. And so I have nothing but love. And so I hope people stop giving Bria some heat, because I don't think she meant to do that at all.
Her message was short, brutal, and effective. It was a shot fired directly at her critics and the league itself, a warning that she would not be silenced or disrespected. It immediately went viral, with fans praising her fierce loyalty and unwavering toughness in the face of a devastating setback. Then, she complicated everything in the most fascinating way possible. On her own podcast, she surprised everyone by explicitly defending Bria Hartley. She revealed a layer of the story completely missing from the online outrage. She said they were actually good friends, super cool, and that she had nothing but love for her. She stated clearly and empathetically that she did not believe Hartley meant to injure her, characterizing it as unfortunate basketball play, where she was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. She even revealed she had to tell her own mother to dial back the public criticism. This nuanced, mature take added a profound layer of complexity that the black and white outrage online had completely missed. In one masterful move, Sophie gave her opponent the benefit of the doubt, demonstrating incredible grace, while simultaneously telling the league and its critics that she and her team would not be disrespected or written off. It was a masterclass in controlling the narrative, showcasing a strength that went far beyond the basketball court. So where does this leave us? An all-star player is out for the season because of a brutal collision. A single viral image of a smirk has defined a player's reputation.
Bria Hartley has privated all her social media accounts. Now, this is coming off news breaking about Sophie Cunningham being out for the season. Now, we know there has been people kind of investigating this whole situation with Bria Hartley. And y'all know what I like to say is looking real spooky for Bria Hartley.
A family's outrage has exposed deep-seated issues with league officiating. A stunning comeback proved a team's incredible heart, and the injured star's own surprising defense has left the entire story shrouded in complexity. The central questions remain unanswered by any official ruling. Did the officials fail in their duty to protect Sophie Cunningham on the court? Was Bria Hartley's play a dirty one, fueled by a history of questionable choices? Or was it simply a tragic accident? Is her social media blackout a sign of a looming suspension, a final attempt to clean up a mess that has finally caught up to her? The league now faces a crucial test of its accountability. But we want to hear what you think. Was this a dirty play? Let us know your verdict in the comments below, and send your best wishes for Sophie's recovery. If you found this deep dive into the WNBA's biggest controversy shocking, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, because we break down the stories no one else will. The drama is just getting started. Like this video, comment your thoughts, and check out the video on your screen right now for another story that will leave you stunned. We'll see you in the next one.